Hey, what's going on, everybody? How's it going today? So today we're going to be talking about this little Netflix movie called Happy As Lazzaro, or Happy As Lazzaro, whatever your preferred pronunciation may be. And this movie is another one of those cases where it's just incredibly frustrating, but kind of in a good way. And it's frustrating because I know I watched this movie and it's really strange, and I know I definitely felt things, but this is such a different style of filmmaking that I can't quite describe to you exactly how I was feeling. But it's a movie that also doesn't spoon feed you everything and treat you like a moron, and I kind of enjoy that. But anyway, the basic plot of the movie, it's about a group of, I guess you could say, land workers or farmers, and there's a family that they work for who owns the property that they work on, and they also live in a villa. And Lazzaro is a part of the kind of peasant farmer group, and he's just this very strong, silent type who just kind of does what he's told, and he's very pleasant, but at the same time, he's also incredibly gullible, and it is very depressing and kind of sad to watch sometimes. And I would tell you more about the plot, but this is very much a think piece, so I'm just gonna leave you with that. And that's the first thing I'll say, is that if you're not ready to, like, watch a movie and put your thinking cap on, then this movie's definitely not for you. But it's like I said, I enjoyed the fact that this movie just didn't hand out every little detail to you. Like a quick example, it doesn't tell you the exact year that the movie takes place at the beginning, so you're left to kind of figure it out for like the first 20 minutes of the movie. Nor do they tell you the entire time frame that the whole film takes place in either. Which also plays into the theory that I don't think this is supposed to be a literal story, it's more supposed to be a metaphorical thing, because there are just certain things about this movie that clearly kind of state that, but it's not nearly as in your face as a movie like, say, Mother, that Darren Aronofsky movie. This movie is much more subtle about it than that, and with that subtlety, it makes you really pay attention to what's going on for every frame of the movie. And the real frustrating part about it is that this movie is definitely, I'm 100% convinced that it's a metaphor for something, but it's up to you to kind of determine for yourself how deep that metaphor goes. I am totally convinced that this movie is 100% a commentary on class warfare, but that's just my opinion. I believe there's also some biblical references, but I'm not 100%. And all this stuff that I'm mentioning really only leads to the one single negative that I have about the movie, and that negative is there really isn't a whole lot of characters for you to latch onto or for you to relate to. Obviously, Lazzaro is your main character who you kind of like pay attention to, and he's the person you ultimately care about. But it's made very apparent early on in the movie that he's meant to be a one-note character. Like, he is very, like, straightforward. But the fact that he was a stock character was necessary for the story that they were trying to tell, because he really was the vehicle to kind of keep the movie moving forward. In other words, he's kind of like the linchpin for everything that happens in the film. When you see it, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. But anyway, guys, I don't know if you could tell from everything I've said, but there is quite a bit to actually unpack from this movie. I definitely need to give it a second watch, and I'm not sure how far the metaphors go, but I think for a score out of 10, I think I'm gonna give it an 8.4. There's several things in the movie that might be confusing, but this is a very different type of filmmaking, so that's bound to happen. But as long as you don't mind when a movie is a serious think piece, I feel like everybody that watches this movie will get something out of it. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Have you seen this movie? Have you heard of it? Hop in the comments. Let me know what's up. Other than that, if you like this review, give me a like, subscribe, all that other bullshit that makes the channel look good, and I will catch you guys later.